Okay, so this is week 3, video 3. We're going to talk about my pen name, which is Marlee Cross. I published my very first dark romance, which is Underworld, under that pen name in April of 2025. I don't have many like notes on this video because this book healed me. As an SA survivor, as someone who's been in an abusive relationship, as someone whose father also doesn't talk to her, doesn't have no relationship with her, he was the first man to break my heart, which is the dedication of this book is, if the first man to break your heart was your father, I dedicate this book to you. I got so much anger out of in this book. It is full of feminine rage. It is a love story, but the focus is on the main female character. It's dual point of view, so you get both the main male character and main female character's side to it, but it is mostly her story. I call him, he's not like the villain in the story. I actually call him more of hero support. I do, if you have ever thought about writing a dark romance, like a mafia or anything like that, which is what this book is, I say do it. That book, I did not have to control myself. I did not have to control my writing. Because in my small towns, which is the Maple series, I've had to kind of hold back what I wanted to write because there's a line there in a small town where you don't want to cross into a darker elements. And in the last 2 books, which are The Light in His Darkness and Protecting What's Mine, I couldn't help it, because I had just, I was in the middle of writing this book, so there are darker elements into those and trigger warnings, but this book healed so much for me. It's my biggest book to date. I think it's 400 and something pages, and it does have a special bonus chapter at the end where there will be a second book coming. It's not a second part to this. It is just a second book, if that makes sense. I found my niche. I found my genre. That's why I'm switching my small town over to dark western romance, because of the love I had for writing this. This book showed me a lot about myself, but it also healed a lot in me. I cannot explain to you how therapeutic not only reading dark romance is to an SA survivor, but writing it. If you don't ever plan to publish a book, just write a story and get that out of your system. That was just getting it out of my system. Stuff that I had held in for years got to be unleashed in this book. Currently working on the second book to this, which is not like a duet, so it's not like together. It's not the same storyline, it's not the same characters. You just have to read the bonus chapter to understand. But I have started working on this book's second to it. And I'm excited because it's a masked man. We're gonna do a grumpy / sunshine trope with some blackmailing. I don't have much to say about this book. I did spend more on this book. This book, I probably spent more towards $600, $700, $800, $700 to $800 on. I'll have to look it all up, but because I did hire a cover designer. This is not made with AI, just so you know, but I had a very wonderful cover designer who did this. This is the back. And my editor, I did pay more because it's a bigger book. Overall, this book has been one of my favorites so far. It's kind of like Letters to Magnolia. Let me grab it real quick. It's kind of like how this was my baby, because it was my debut anything, my very first book. And then this was my very first dark romance where I didn't have to hold anything back. I could just let my fingers flow and write, and it was very, very good for my mental health. I will say, this book, I feel like has gotten me a lot of opinions from others, especially living in a small town. I feel like a lot of people like to point fingers even though they have 3 more pointing back at them. People see that I write spice in my books and they automatically have something negative to say. And that's how I know they haven't read the book, because if they focus on the spice and how bad it is to them, they didn't read the book. Because the book has such, I write spice, but I also have to have plot, and my plots always have some kind of teaching moment to it, some kind of evolution, some kind of like lesson to be learned, some kind of deep message. So I know when people get upset about the spice, I know they haven't read the story, because the plot is where it's at. I am a big plot girl. I have to have plot. Even when I read like books on my Kindle, like I'm okay with spice. Give me all the spice. It's a love story, but we gotta have some plot in there. And don't come at me. I'm not downing authors who all they write is spice. Like, those are good too. I'm just saying, for me and for what I write, I have to have spice and plot. So overall, 10 out of 10 experience. Would do it again. This book, for real, it healed so much in me. I am so thankful. Because I almost didn't write it. I almost didn't publish it. I was like nervous. And I finally told myself, these people don't pay your bills. Their opinions don't matter. Don't worry about them. What matters is you're being authentically, you know what I mean, you. And I was. So this book means a lot to me. Just so you know, please don't leave no bad reviews for it. It'll break my heart. Yeah, that's all the notes I have on this. We'll see you next week on my year in review of being a full-time romance author. Bye, guys.